What rates of VAT should you charge, or can you claim back? VAT, as I say, is a very, very complex area, and the standard rate of VAT is 20%. So most goods and items you'll charge at 20%. But VAT stands for Value Added Tax. So that means that it's charged on luxury items. So luxury items, we all remember the Jaffa Cake battle with HMRC, where cakes and plain biscuits are zero rated for VAT, whereas partially or wholly chocolate covered biscuits are treated as standard VAT. So it's very important to understand what you are, what you're selling, and what VAT rate there is. So there are different rates to think about. There's the standard rate, and as I've suggested, there's a zero rate. Now a zero rate is different from an exempt expense. So zero rated expenses, as I say, are things like biscuits, certain foodstuffs, milk for example, whereas exempt expenses might be things like postage stamps, train fares and insurance. Other things fall outside the scope of VAT, such as charitable donations for example. And then you've got other things other items which are on a reduced rate of VAT. Kids' car seats are 5%. Domestic electricity, which is a big topic at the moment, that's charged at 5% unless it goes above a certain usage, at which stage then it flips into standard rate. So that's a biggie too to consider. But as I say, VAT is complex, VAT changes. As we've seen over the last few years, the restaurants and hospitality have had rates of 5%, 12.5%, and they're now back up to 20%. So you need to be very, very careful to understand what VAT you need to charge and what VAT you can claim back. And one more thing before I finish on that. You might think, well, why does it matter if I'm zero rated or exempt? Well, when it comes to registering for VAT, anything that's exempt or out of the scope isn't included in that turnover value that you need to get to for the VAT registration. So if you are selling some exempt or out of scope services, they don't count towards the 85,000, at which point you must register. However, anything that's zero rated or reduced rated does count. So you need to be very, very clear what it is you do and what VAT rate you should charge.